Hey guys, welcome back to the channel today. My name is Usetale. If you're new to my channel, you're highly welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I made my beautiful Victorian corset. If that sounds like something you're interested in, please keep on watching and let's get started. So guys, in my last video I shared with you how to draft this pattern. This is the center front piece 2. So these are basically all the pieces that we drafted at in our last video. You can see I went ahead to use it to cut out on the actual fabric and on the lining pieces, and I also iron hairstay to all the pieces. I went ahead to add ½ inch to all the sides when I was cutting it out on fabric. As you can see, this is the only part where I didn't add ½ inch to this side. I added to this side. This is because this is the center front. So guys, this is it. This is what you're going to have. Now I'm going to place the back pieces aside, then we start working on the front pieces. So to do that, I'm going to bring the center front piece 1. So just go ahead and place it on the table. Remove the lining piece and place it on the table like this. Now you're going to take the next one, which is the piece 2. So just go ahead and remove your pattern paper like this and place it on the sides of this one, just like this. So guys, now I'm going to take this to the sewing machine. I will just join this side. I will do the same thing to the other side. After I'm done doing that, I'll go ahead and take the next one, which is the piece 3. I'll remove the pattern paper now. Place the lining pieces aside. You're going to take this to the sewing machine and join it to it. So just keep doing this. Now you're going to take the last piece, join it to the sides as well. So just remove the pattern paper, place it to the sides just like this. Now I'm going to go ahead and join all these together the way you see me arrange it on the table. So this is what you're going to have after joining the center pieces together. Now I'm going to place this on it and join it. So let me just pin this down for you to see what I am doing. So guys, after you're done pinning, this is what you're going to have. Now I'm going to take it to the sewing machine and sew it down, then I'll do the same thing to the other side. This was what I had after I was done doing that. You can see it's already coming out. So this is it. Now I'm going to go ahead and sew the last piece to it just like this. Then I will do the same thing to the other side. This was what I had after I was done joining all the front pieces together. So guys, this is what you're going to have. Now I'm going to place this aside. Then I'll bring the back pieces. Go ahead and remove all the pattern papers. Also go ahead and place the lining piece together because we are going to be working on the actual fabric. So guys, in order for me not to miss it, I decided to pin the pattern paper to the lining pieces so that I won't miss it up by the time I'm working with them. So just go ahead and do that. So after you're done doing that, now you are going to open up the first piece, the center back piece 1. Now you're going to place the second piece on the side, and you place the third pieces on the side just like this. So here is for the loop. That's going to be the center for the loop. Go ahead and join it to it like this. You also do the same thing to the other one. So go ahead and join all these pieces together just the way I arranged it. After you're done joining, this is what you're going to have. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to bring the front piece. I'm going to place the back pieces on it, the right sides facing each other. So guys, just go ahead and do it like this. Now I'm going to take this to the sewing machine and join it. This is what I had after I was done joining the back pieces to the front piece. You can see. So this is what you're going to have. Now let me just put it together for you to see how it is coming out. So this is how it's going to be. That space is for the loop. So guys, the next thing I'm going to bring is this African print. I went ahead to fold it together in the form of bias. You can see I folded it together like this and I ironed it out in the form of bias. How wide this is I cut out 1.25-inch wide and I folded it together like that and ironed it out. So now I'm going to go ahead and use this to create my boning casing. So I'm going to be sewing this on all the lines where we join all these pieces together. So just go ahead and sew it on both sides of that line, just like this. So just cut this out and pin it down. Now I'm going to take this to the sewing machine and sew on the two sides. Then I will repeat the same thing for the other line where I joined these pieces together. The only place where I'm not going to be sewing this African print is at the sides where we join the back piece to the front piece. You're not supposed to sew it there, but all other lines where we join them together, you go ahead and sew it on all of them. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So guys, this is what I had after I was done sewing it on all the lines, as you can see. So this is what you're going to have it looking like. This excess that I have at the front area here, I'm just going to place my fabric together and cut it out. I'll just trim it out just like this. So after trimming, this is what you're going to have. You can see everything is straight now. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the lining piece. I also went ahead to join all the lining pieces together the same way I did the actual fabric for the sake of time. Now I'm going to place them together the right sides facing each other. I'll just take this to the sewing machine and sew it down. So guys, this is what I had after I was done sewing the lining piece to the actual fabric. Another thing I went ahead to do was to top stitch it to the lining side. So that's what you're going to do. After sewing, go ahead and top stitch it to the lining side. This is what you're going to have. Now I'm going to bring my boning. I'm going to place my boning through all the boning cases that I have. Before you put it, just go ahead and trim out this sharp edge so that it won't tear your fabric. Go ahead and pull this through the boning case like this. When you get to the end, pull it out a little bit, like about ½ inch, and cut it before you push it inside. So that space there is going to be our allowance for joining the down part. So go ahead and repeat this process for all the boning cases that you have. Guys, when you get to this part here, there was something I did here. I make a stitch at the underbust area of this front part. I don't want my boning to get all the way to the end, so that was why I made a stitch there. So I'm just going to put my boning, it will stop at the underbust area. This is totally optional. This is my choice. You can choose to make your boning all the way to the end, but I didn't want my own to be like that, so that's why I did this like that. So I went ahead to put the boning all through the boning cases, and this is what I have. Now I'm going to iron this out very well to make sure all the bonings are flat. So guys, this is what you're going to have after ironing. So you can see now it's looking really flat. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to bring this rope. I already folded the rope I'll be using for the loop case. So just go ahead and cut this rope out using 2.5 inches. So just go ahead and cut as many as you can cut for the loop case. So guys, I've cut them and this is what I have. Now I'm going to open my fabric like this. I'm going to go ahead and mark out where I will put my loop case. So I'm just going to measure 1.5 inch as my wideness for each loop case. So just go ahead and measure 1.5 inch like this. You can decide to measure 1 inch. It depends on how plenty you want it to be, but I used 1.5 inch. So now you're going to fold your piece of rope like this. So just place it on it like the way you see me do and pin this down. So guys, this is it. This is what you're going to have. Now you're going to repeat the same thing, the same process. Fold it together and place it on the place where you mark and pin it down. So guys, this is what you're going to have. Now you're going to keep repeating this process till you do this to the end. After you're done doing that, you will stitch on it all the way to the end. Then you do the same thing to the other side. This is what I had after I was done sewing them, guys. You can see. So this is what you're going to have. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to flip this to the wrong side. So just flip it to the wrong side like this. You're going to place this end here together. Then you're going to take this to the sewing machine and sew it down. Then you will do the same thing to the other side. So just go ahead and sew it down. After you are done doing that, you also place these down parts together and sew it all the way down. So after doing that, this is what you're going to have. I went ahead to stitch the 3 sides down. I also went ahead to open the lining where I will flip this out from. So I just make an opening on the lining, so I'm flipping this out from the lining side. So just go ahead and do that. So guys, after doing that, this is what you're going to have. Now I'm going to close up this opening. Just take this to the sewing machine and sew it down. This is what I had after I was done doing that. I've closed it up, and this is how it is currently looking. Now I'm going to bring this rope. I folded it using the African print. I'm going to just go ahead and use this to lace it. So guys, this is what you're going to have after you're done lacing. So just go ahead and tie this up. So this is how it's going to come out. You can see how pretty it looks. So this is how to make a Victorian corset. I decided to add sleeve to the top, so I've already prepared it to an extent. It is 36 inches wide, and how long it is, for this part here, I have 8 inches long. After I was done folding where I would put my elastic, and here I have 6 inches. So guys, I already folded where I would put my elastic through. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and bring my elastic. I will cut it out. I will cut the part that will be on top out with 12 inches. So I'm going to cut 12 inches long of elastic band. Then I will cut another one which is going to be for the down part. I'll cut it out with 10 inches. I will as well cut 2 of it. Okay, so after you're done doing that, now I'm going to bring my safety pin. I'll be using my safety pin to put the elastic through this place that I've already folded. So just go ahead and do that. When you get to this point, you're going to secure it with your pin and just continue with the process till you get to the other end. So guys, I've gotten to the end. I will just secure it down with a pin as well. Now I'm going to go ahead and put elastic through the down part. I will as well do the same thing to the other sleeve. This was what I had after I was done putting elastic through all of them, as you can see. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this to the sewing machine and stitch on it to secure the elastic band. And after I'm done doing that, I'll flip it to the wrong side and join it down. I'll do the same thing to the other sleeve. So this is what you're going to have after you're done doing that, so you can see. So I've joined it, I've done it to the other sleeve as well. So just go ahead and flip this to the right side. So this is it. Now I'm going to bring my fabric. I'm just going to place where I join this sleeve. I'll place it on where I join my fabric, the side of my fabric, and pin it down. Then do the same thing to the other sleeve. So just go ahead and place where you join the sleeve with the side of your fabric where you joined it together, and as well pin it down. So this is how it's going to look like after you're done doing that. Now you will take this to the sewing machine and stitch it. So guys, this is what I had after I was done stitching. I've secured it, and this is how it came out. So this is it, guys. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section. Is it a tutorial you're going to be trying out? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in my next video.